Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and so today I wanted to run through a quick tarot technique that you can use if you're looking to answer yes or no questions. So this is my go-to method. I use it because it's super easy and I tend to get pretty good results. I just want you to know I did not create this spread. This is a technique that was created by a woman named Theresa Reed, and I found this spread or this technique in a book that I will link below in the description in case you're interested in looking at that book. So before I run through a quick demonstration, I just want to walk through the process really quick and give you some tips along the way. So the first thing you need to do is you need to prep your deck. And the way that you need to set up your deck for this technique is you need to pull out all of the major arcana cards. So the Hermit, the Star, the Fool, all of those cards, you need to pull those cards out of your deck and just leave the cards that are associated with the wands, the swords, the pentacles, and the cups. I highly recommend buying a deck or dedicating one of the decks that you have to this technique, especially if you're going to use this technique often. So what I do is I have a deck that I have specifically just set aside. It's always separate. It's always ready to go for using this method to answer yes or no questions. All right, so we've taken the major arcana cards out of the deck, and so I'm just left with the suits. And so then what you're going to do is you're going to think about the question that you have. So let's say, like, should I buy a new car? And what you're going to do is think about that question that you have. That's a yes or no question. You're going to shuffle the deck. What I like to do is I like to shuffle the deck thinking about the question that I have in mind. And then when the cards get kind of sticky and they kind of get hard to put in, that's when I know the deck is ready. Then once the cards are ready, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to basically pull cards off the top. And I'm going to run through a demonstration in a second. But pull cards off the top, flip the cards over one by one. And what you're going to do is you're going to create 3 piles. So you'll start with your first pile. And you're going to flip cards over until you either get an ace or until you've hit the 13th card. And then once you've hit the 13th card or you've gotten the ace, then you move on to the next pile. And you'll flip the cards one by one until you get an ace or to the card number 13 again. And then you'll then shift to the third pile and you'll flip cards over until you get either an ace or you have the 13th card. Okay, so when it comes to interpreting the results, 3 aces on top is a hard yes. Go do the thing. Say yes to the thing, whatever that is. If there are no aces on top, then that's going to be a hard no, what I call a hard no. If there's 1 ace of the 3 piles, that means it's unlikely but possible. And if there are 2 aces, it means it's still maybe but likely. Okay, and the way that I've worked with this method is when I see 2, I'm thinking, yeah, that's a good possibility. And then when I see 1, I'm definitely leaning more towards no. Okay, so now I'm going to do the demonstration really quick so you can actually see how you will flip the cards. All right, so you notice here that I have one of my favorite decks, which is the Tarot Familiars deck. And the reason this is one of my favorite decks is because, well, first of all, it's just super cool, the art, and it's got all the animals and owls and cats and things like that. But also the quality of this deck is pretty great. I've been using this deck for a really long time, and you'll notice that it's not even frayed at the edges yet. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to have your deck and you're going to separate out the major arcana cards and set those aside so that you're left with all of the cups, pentacles, wands, and swords. What you're going to do is ask your question. So whatever your yes, no question. So should I have pizza for lunch? And then what I like to do is shuffle until the cards start to feel kind of sticky and they really resist going in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lay out one by one the cards, and we're going to create 3 piles, and the idea is to see how many aces come up for a yes. So we'll start with the first. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13. Okay, so we hit 13, so I need to stop and move to my next pile. So that's like a no, right? Because no aces came up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so that's also a no. Now we'll move to the next pile. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we get 1 ace in this. So the interpretation then is, because there's only 1 ace, that the answer is more than likely a no. It's possible, but it's more than likely a no. And I have had times when I have hard aces where I've got all 3, and I have had times when no aces come up. It's kind of crazy. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope this was helpful.